Hello, everybody. We are back with another episode of the R Plus podcast, and today we are here with our senior boys and girls basketball players. For some background information, they are coming off a big provincial tournament that we hosted here at Rundle College, and even though we didn't get the result we wanted, these players fought right up until the end and played some pretty amazing basketball. So I get you guys to just introduce yourselves, maybe give your number, and
Sure. I
that's
go
it.
first. I'm Patrick Skase. My jersey number is number 1.
I am Grayson Bellis Collard, and my jersey number is 14.
I'm Charlie Adolph, and my jersey number is number 3.
So how did it feel to take part in a tournament kind of that gravity right here at your own school?
It's different seeing so many people and so many teams, and also playing with that many people watching is definitely something new. Even on tournaments, it just doesn't really compare to the amount of people watching.
Absolutely.
We went to provincials last year, which is you kind of get like a sense of the scope. Like, oh, this is a big thing. There are a lot of teams here, but there's a difference going somewhere else and playing. And it's like, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not your school. Like the people watching you, you're never going to see them again. Versus here is like, it's a big thing. The school has put a lot of effort into doing this. And then everyone that's watching, you know them all. And it's like, like, oh, this is larger. So you sort of get a sense, but it's definitely like something that I haven't had an experience like that before.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I just think that it's such a cool opportunity, especially because I've grown up in the basketball world and I've seen so many. I was here in 2015 when we hosted a long time ago when I was younger, and I would always look up to those girls and be like, this is so cool. Like, I can't wait to play when I'm older. And now that I have this opportunity, I thought it was just so amazing to actually be in the moment and stuff like that. So I think just, yeah, what they said, playing in front of your school, representing your school, and especially having boys and girls, that's just such a cool experience with all those people.
Yeah, it was quite the spectacle. I was at almost every game, so I got to see. It was pretty awesome. What were your guys' favorite moment? You would say, just one something that stuck out from the tournament.
I would say the first game we had pretty much everyone supporting. That was good to see, especially with all the fans watching. So I'd say, yeah, the intensity of that game and the hype was amazing.
Fair enough.
I think the final boys game was in the elementary, which I was kind of like, oh, maybe there's going to be as many people that can watch that one. But it was like packed, and that almost felt better than if it was in the high school because it was like so much energy. That was a really good game to watch. I felt like.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the best parts was just kind of watching the final games, especially boys and girls, just having everyone there supporting each other and just cheering each other on and having so many people in one space who all are from the same basketball family.
No doubt. What do you think from a basketball standpoint? What do you guys think is one thing you guys did really well, and then something that was maybe a little bit of a fault, I suppose?
I'd say in terms of team perspective, we never gave up, which was the most important. I mean, we fell down sometimes shots don't hit, that happens, but at least everyone continually tried throughout the whole game, no matter what the score was.
This is corny, but I'm gonna say our strength was also our weakness, which is kind of like, I felt like as a team, there have not been, of the 3 years that I've played, this was kind of the one where everybody seemed to get along. Even our coach Mitchell, who like was there for like half the season, whatever, was like, this is one of the best cases of like people that get along really well. And I think that showed in a lot of the games. And we had some games that were like, oh, if only we played like that, we could have won every single one. I think also sometimes when we didn't work as a team, we really didn't work as a team. We either worked really well together, and then some of the games that we didn't, it kind of showed.
Gotcha.
That, yeah.
I know. Charlie, your thoughts?
I think at the beginning of the season, our goal was just to get better till the end of the season. And I think at the end in provincials, yeah, we didn't get the result we wanted, but deep down we did because we played to our full potential. And like compared that game to the beginning of the season, it's quite different. Yeah. So we kind of came together near the end, and I think that's really good. Yeah, and then kind of faults, I think, just throughout the season, I think it was frustrating because we went through lots of ups and downs as a team. But at the end of the day, we played really good at the end, which I think is all that matters.
What do you guys think is one personal skill that at the beginning of the season to the end of the season that you got better with?
I would say mine would have been game sense.
Yeah.
Start of the season, it was a little more individual. Towards the end, I was able to see the court a bit better,
Stuff
make
like that.
better passes. So I would say overall, just game IQ got a lot better.
It's really hard.
I would say pretty similar, like just relaxing. I think even since like grade 10, it was like, oh man, I got to do really well when I'm playing. And then you kind of get like this zone in and you're not at all paying attention to what's around you. But then you get more comfortable and play more games. It's like, it doesn't matter if I make a mistake here, I could just play. And then things just get better, which I felt was nice. Yeah.
I think my leadership,
Mhm.
especially just like being a captain, I think is really hard at times. But I think from the beginning of the season to the end, I learned a lot more and just became a better leader. And I think my leadership now, from the beginning of the season, is a lot stronger.
It's all great answers. I was expecting like my dribbling got better, but no, fantastic answers across the board. I was gonna make a comment. I'm gonna say to you is that your shooting is ridiculous. I was watching these games, and I don't know how'd you become such a fantastic shooter? Like, when did this start? Because you pull from range. It's quite impressive. It really is.
Yeah, I think it's just I train a lot of days during the week, and I practice my range because it's hard for me. I'm a short guard. I can't really go in the paint that much. So I have to be a good shooter, and sometimes the only way you're going to stand out is, I don't know, like my range is the only way that I kind of stand out a lot of the time. Like compared to other shooters, they can't shoot that far, so it kind of just separates me from the other people, I think.
It's understandable. All right. Moving past a little bit before the tournament, how'd you guys get your start in basketball?
Start like
Yeah, like how'd you start? How'd you start playing?
Well, I'd played through elementary. It was always just kind of available
Mhm.
at, well, I guess it would have been recess at the time everyone played. And then I came to this school, it was COVID, and there was basketball trouts. I showed up in like dress shoes, made the team. And
Yeah,
did
remember
stuff.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it started for me.
No.
I was doing squash, and that was my sport, and I was like, this is my thing. I really like it. And then I had this injury that was just with the movement in squash, it made it worse. So I was like, I got to pick another thing to do because you got to do a sport. So I was like, basketball seems fun. And I'd like, you like play it in school or whatever in gym class, but it wasn't really like, I wasn't good at it. Not that I'm like really good at it now, but like, I was not at all. And so it was like, same with Patty, like, oh, well, COVID, I'll just play basketball. And then he brought dress shoes, and there's the thing where I was like skipping across the court basically. I did like a layup, and I didn't live this down for like 2 years. I was doing a layup, and then like 3 times in a row I was going here, and I basically just threw the ball into the back court because I did this like underhand pass. Yeah, but I think I was just like COVID year, new sport, something to get into. Yeah, that was. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been around basketball my whole life. So it's kind of just been there, and my family's a basketball family, so I've been around basketball my whole life. I started playing in elementary in grade 4, and then just kind of continued from there, I guess.
I think looking back, what is something you guys would have done different starting way back then? What's something you would have told yourself?
I probably would have done club basketball
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah. I stuck mainly with just school, but it would have been cool to kind of expand outside that. But yeah, that would be the only thing. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, club's a good idea because like you could be the player that you're thinking of being in club because the stakes are way less a lot of times. So that's a good idea. I think also there are kind of moments where you're like, oh, I want to get better at something. I'll just do that. And I think, you practice basketball. It's like, oh, well, like every weekend I've been playing basketball. I've been doing it a lot. I always play with friends, right? But there's a difference between playing basketball and like putting in junk miles, just playing versus like dedicated like training time. Like I'm gonna spend an hour doing this one move, right? So there's things where like, oh, I like this move. I want to do this. And then you do it more and more while you're playing with your friends and you get better at it. And it's like, you could advance so much more if you just said, hey, I'm going to put this amount of time into dedicated practice and training and like really focus on that. Because you could put 10,000 hours in, but if they're not dedicated, you don't really get better. And it's like, I always knew I needed to do that, but going back, I would have done that way more than just, oh yeah, well, I'll play and whatever. Yeah, that's,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Any thought?
I don't know. I think just when I was younger, kind of just like sometimes I have a lot of time with mental stuff. So I think maybe, I don't know, a couple of years ago, maybe I could have focused more on my mental stuff because now I'm doing it now, but it's kind of a little too late, kind of. But I mean, there's still time. But I wish I did that before.
Yeah, I think that's something people don't really, I think about basketball
Yeah.
is how much that matters. I think going into the game with the right mental set, I mean, is the difference. I think the games where I think anybody plays their best, I mean, it's really how you feel. It's not as much like, the way you're playing. It's just like there's a certain
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
I think we all kind of know where
You're
it's like,
not focusing on, oh, I did good or bad that last one. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Do you guys have any advice for upcoming Rundle basketball players?
Yeah, I would say enjoy it. A lot of people, they're so stressed. They come in grade 10 and they're freaking out, and that ends up affecting their game. And they forget that the reason is to actually have fun. So I'd say to remove stress from the equation and just remember why they're playing basketball.
Yeah, yeah. Like when we were talking about like, oh, well, if only I did this or that. There's a lot of like, fear of, oh, I lost my opportunity. I can't go back, right? And I think having that mindset, because for me, like I kind of had that, it's like even in grade 9, it's like, oh, I should have started earlier, but COVID. And then grade 10's like, oh, I should have made more of my grade 9 year. And like, you always have that, especially even like now. It's like, oh, basketball's over. It's like, no, you're still gonna play it. Maybe your high school career is over or whatever. But like, if you're in that mindset and you're not thinking about now or moving forward, it'll hold you back. And not only will you not have fun, but you probably won't be the best you can be because you're be thinking in game. And if you're thinking about like your past or your future and not like while you're playing, you're gonna play worse because you're focusing on two things at once. So I think that's kind of just focus on what you're doing now is kind of
Thoughts? Any advice?
I guess this goes for kind of all athletes. It's like, I think getting involved with all your basketball or any sport is just really important. And I think playing basketball is like you can find your people kind of thing, or if you play a sport and that you really enjoy and those people also enjoy it. And I think it's just enjoy the moment and find your people and make friends and just don't even worry about the actual game. Just kind of, it's just the experiences that you have. And in my opinion, all those basketball trips are way more like amazing experiences than I do in like classrooms or stuff like that. So I think it's just enjoying the moment off the court.
Do you guys see basketball continuing to be a part of your lives past school or just anything?
For some fun, yeah. Nothing competitive. Yeah, there's other focuses that I
Fair
have
enough.
over
That's
the years.
understandable.
So yeah, basketball would definitely be something for fun,
Okay.
socialize friends, but yeah, nothing as a priority.
Fair enough.
I mean, for me, probably just what's it called, like intramurals ball. I think 3v3. Like with Patty, I think we played mostly like at Repsol,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna play 5v5. So it's like I honestly feel like I'm way better at 3v3s. I'm like, I'm actually interested to see how I would do like that. So yeah, I mean, not anything super serious, but just like recreate for fun. Yeah.
I love basketball and
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. So obviously if I have an opportunity that presents itself, I'm obviously going to take that opportunity, and hopefully my goal ever since I was younger is to play post-secondary. So kind of see what happens there, I guess.
Well, very interesting. I always thought I would play post-secondary, but by the end of my grade 12 year, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done.
It's a commitment. Yeah.
It is a lot of time, but yeah. So just to wrap up, I want to have you guys all just describe the whole season in just one word, and you can take a sec. It's okay. You can think about it. Just one word. That's all I got.
This is hard.
It's okay. Just
Yeah. Okay.
Chaotic.
chaotic. Okay.
I was actually thinking the exact same word. I was like, I want to put a positive spin on it. Like it's good. It was fun, but probably the same word. It was chaotic.
Yeah,
It was
Thoughts?
I don't even know. Like, yeah, I guess like a roller coaster or a chaotic. I don't know. It's like the same thing. Like,
Good word.
yeah, I feel like that just works. It's like you have good points and bad points. It's just up and down, and I don't know.
I guess it's good answer. I mean, seasons are roller coasters, really. I mean, and season to season. I mean, things change so much, even, game to game. Well, that's what time we have for today. I want to thank you guys for showing up. And please tune in next week for the R Plus podcast, your source for all things Rundle. Thanks, guys.